Um, it starts with the basic your trekking background. How long have you been trekking?
I have been trekking since the last 15-20 years. Okay, with experiences ranging from treks in certain parts of India which are not cold and everything but rather hot and rugged, and also that includes the alpine environments in the Himalayas.
Okay. And how often do you go trekking in a year?
It depends. I mean, primarily it is, if you are talking about smaller hikes, it might happen 3 times in 2 months, let us say. And if we are talking about a longest trek, so it's basically once every year.
Okay. And what kind of treks do you usually do? Day hikes, multi-day treks, expeditions?
Like I said, when we are doing monthly or fortnightly
Those are
sort of
small.
treks, those are smaller treks.
Yeah.
These are mainly day hikes. Multi-day treks and expeditions I normally do once a year or once every 2 years because that requires more planning.
What was your last trek? When and where?
Last trek I went to Satapal Tal and Nilkant, and this was in the month of October, and this is in Uttarakhand.
2025.
25.
Okay. And talking about your current backpack usage, what backpack are you currently using, brand and capacity?
I use a 55-liter mountain hardware backpack.
And why did you choose that?
Mountain hardware specifically because it is very light. Okay. So normally when you have any backpacks which are trekking oriented, the rear part has a plate. So it might be a steel plate or it might be aluminum plate. And then the overall design of the shell makes the product really heavy. Mountain hardware, they invested a lot in terms of the materials and everything. So whilst they're durable, they're extremely waterproof. The compartments are spacious. It's easy to access. And whenever we talk about trekking backpacks, you have a lot of these adjustable straps and everything. It also becomes a bit confusing. So that's a slightly more neater approach. It doesn't get into the way, and you also know that the straps are not going to get stuck anywhere while you are lugging it. Waterproofing is great, and it's very light.
Okay. And why did you choose that, you answered, and how much did it cost, and where did you buy it, online, offline, from the store, and was it a recommended brand?
It was a recommended brand. I got it from a store. It is slightly on the higher side. It cost around 60,000 INR at this moment. It costed me 60,000 INR that time.
How long back are we talking about? And it's still in good condition?
Decent condition.
Using
I mean, just imagine you're using it twice or thrice every year. So it's in a good state.
And what is your experience with the backpack as of now? What do you like the most about it?
Firstly, as I said, the weight distribution. So primary challenge is that when you are going uphill, weight becomes a very important criteria. Yes. So the empty backpack is really negligible in terms of weight. So then whatever you are keeping, that is the only way. I also do have a wildcraft backpack. That is slightly on the heavier side.
It being empty also, I suppose, has
so the empty backpack itself is more than 2 kgs or 1.8 kgs. And when you are storing gear, anything, the moment it goes beyond 10 kgs, 15 kgs, it feels a lot. And it gets multiplied over time.
And what do you dislike, like one thing you don't like about your bag? Is there anything?
Price. It's pricey.
Yeah, you don't think it's worthy? Like,
no, it has basically the reason why it is pricey is because it's an imported product. So that's why
the import charges are
due to taxation, this gets expensive.
Else, what is the price like? how much it would have costed you.
So currently that backpack costs 1.2.
Okay.
Okay. But if you consider the
That
price,
same model?
that same model,
Okay.
slightly changed and everything. But the moment you consider buying that model from Nepal or some other place, it will come down to at least 40% after nature that. It gets reduced by 40%. So owing to the materials, manufacturing that is happening outside and the branding that is
Yeah.
happening outside, the duties are it's slightly on the higher side.
Higher side. And has it ever failed you during a trip?
No.
Never. And is there anything that you want it like to be changed in it, or everything seems alright?
See, generally what happens where backpacks normally fail is the moment you take a pricey product, that doesn't guarantee that it's going to be a very good product. I mean, there are always chances that in a terrain, when there are rocks jutting out and everything, the backpack might rip, right? So, value for money is really on the lower side. But it's not a value for money product because these are the products that has to endure, and you can also buy it again and again and again and again.
Like a very cheaper one you can keep on buying again for every other trip.
But the cheaper ones has their own trade-off that it is heavy.
Yeah.
It is using poor quality of stitching and fabric. So the detailing is very bad in the ordinary one. So if you look into these kind of products, what you will see that the stitching is done in a way that the stitching is hidden, and then the part where you have the seams coming, it is coated with a layer of elastomeric plastic, so that in no way water can actually enter
the stitching part.
It really cannot enter. Like even without a rain cover, you can go with that backpack in full view.
The fabric must itself be waterproof or something, right?
Fabric is waterproof, but also the way in which it has been detailed. So that makes a lot of difference.
That adds
My
to the
Wildcraft is also a waterproof fabric, but where it fails is in the seams.
In the seams.
Yes.
It's the water seeps in.
The water seeps in.
Okay. And tell me about the most frustrating moment you had with your backpack. Has it been any?
Wildcraft, yes, because it's on the heavier side.
That's a frustrating part.
And like I mentioned earlier also, weight becomes a very big challenge. क्योंकि आपको एक certain amount of weight लेके चलना ही है. That's a non-negotiable. But then when the weight of the backpack is coming in the way, that's a challenge. That way, Decathlon scores better in terms of weight, but Decathlon scores poorly in terms of durability and waterproofing and the fabric quality.
So it's one or the other thing.
It's one or the other.
You're not getting both the things.
So the moment you want the best of all,
the price,
the segment changes. Drastically it changes. Like then you will just have that mountain hardware which is around 600 grams.
What about Osprey, Deuter?
Osprey and Deuter are good. So they all are the mid segment. So at the entry level you are having these Wildcrafts and Decathlons. At the top end you are having these mountain hardwares. Osprey and Deuter are somewhere in between. And they are actually value for money products. I have never used one of them, but I know people who have used them.
Yeah, I spoke to many.
They are very, very good.
I was wanting to ask you, why did you not choose the mid segment? They are pretty durable, as I've spoken to people.
So, mid segment, Deuter is a very good brand.
Yeah, Deuter is a good brand. Okay. And
question is, why didn't I choose?
Yeah.
No, that's a very interesting point. In higher altitudes, in very higher altitude, there is a chance of condensation inside the backpack, which you cannot avoid in these Deuters and all of these. I bought that backpack hoping for 7,000 plus meter expeditions. So of course that's a stretch, it's a overkill. But if you are negotiating on that fact, then these Ospreys and Deuters are very good.
So it also depends person to person what kind of treks they are planning. So they'll
Like if somebody is going for general trek, general expedition, one can blindly just buy ospreys
osprey
and
and all. Like for somebody
deuters are
like
excellent.
yeah, I've heard good reviews. For like somebody like you who goes for expedition like thoda high end, so you would want to invest in a pricier bag.
If you give my current life stage, I would rather buy a deuter.
Okay, it has changed over time.
It has changed because
You
this
would
has to
still
do a lot with the brand perception. Of course, they are offering very good materials, but with time you also know that what is required and what is good to have. So deuters and all, they just click the right boxes.
So it's like needs and wants, like thoda
It's just practical. It's very practical.
Talking about comfort and ergonomics, does your backpack feel heavy even not fully packed? The Wildcraft one does, but your mountain hardware doesn't.
It has got absolutely no weight.
Okay.
And the weight distribution is
Perfect, you said.
extremely good. I mean, see, mountain hardware is like the Rolls Royce of backpacks.
So,
Okay.
okay.
North Face is like the Mercedes of backpacks. But sometimes you can have good results with a Endeavour and a Fortuner. That's where the deuter stands.
Really?
That's a practical.
So, like, deuter comes under Wildcraft, you're saying?
No. Wildcraft is much lower. Wildcraft
Yeah,
is
Wildcraft is much. Okay.
Thar or Scorpio or something.
Which one did you say in the middle? Which one you pointed as a Mercedes?
Mercedes is North Face.
North Face. Okay. So North Face is also a trustable brand.
Yeah, I
for
can
this.
show you some.
And after how many hours does the discomfort start, if any?
So it's around 2.5, 3 hours. You start feeling the pinch.
Okay, and where do you feel the strain most? Is it your shoulders, lower back, neck, hips? Where?
For Wildcraft, it is generally the shoulder and the mid back.
Mm.
Okay. And if you are loading the backpack a little bit more, so you also feel a bit of stretch in the groin. In case of mountain hardware, the loading is primarily concentrated at the top. So even if there is a discomfort, it's primarily the shoulders and the upper back.
I wanted to ask, what is your ideology? Would you want pain in your this area, which is your muscles, or would you want it in your bones?
Upper back. You never get pain in the bones.
Yeah, so why wouldn't you put your weight over here, like your hip?
Because your hip and the groin area are the weakest. Okay. So basically, if you strain this area a bit more, there is a chance that you will end up straining your sciatic nerve also. The moment you do that, that pain is going to travel throughout your legs. So it is always better to therefore load the backpack so that the loading is concentrated at the top. You have got more stronger muscle groups in the body which is at the top.
Okay. I was speaking to somebody yesterday evening and I asked the same question. He was saying he prefers it on the hips. He uses a deuter grade backpack. He loves it and all, everything, no issues. And with the backpack, he puts the weight in his hips because this is his ideology, because the muscles are, the shoulders are muscle. He does not want to stir them, and it's the bones, so he can take it away. I don't know.
It's variable. I mean, I will always prefer a backpack that is loaded at the top.
I guess everyone has different things.
I mean,
because like he was the only one who said that. Like half of the people always feel it on their shoulders and all the pain. And do you have a hip belt? And
yes.
Does
Both
like,
the backpacks have hip belts.
And you're satisfied with it? Does it work properly?
So in case of the Wildcraft one, the material is it's a expanded polyethylene foam.
I have a backpack. Aaron maybe got me one to show me. It is in class. I can bring it up.
Get it over something.
Yeah.
So basically, that has got the foam made of expanded polyethylene foam. So when you are wearing it, it feels very stiff below the rib cage. Okay, and it feels a bit scrunchy. Kachar kachar sound आ सकता है. In the better backpacks, that is replaced with foams like memory foams that also retain the hardness while it also gives you that bit of comfort. So that's a material change.
Okay. And do you adjust your straps frequently during trekking?
Good question. When you are descending, you
You
will ensure. So what happens that you have a set of straps over here to pull this thing up, and then छोटे बैग्स में तो नहीं होता, इसमें होता है कि आप इसको ऊपर उठा सकते हो. The moment you lift this up, you are concentrating the load at the middle. The moment you are pulling this, you are pulling the load closer to you. If it is away from you, it is going to strain your lumbar region of the spine. So when you are descending, you always ensure that you lift the bag a bit more.
So it depends on ascending and descending. Those are the 2 points where you change your bag. Throughout the journey, you don't have to adjust it.
Throughout the journey, you do, because over time, what happens? The straps keep loosening.
Even your expensive backpack does that.
When you're walking, there will be a slight change of slack in the due to the weight, na? वो तो physics है. So then you basically adjust it.
Does it bother you?
No, it doesn't bother, because eventually you will need to shift the load, right? So suppose I'm walking with the backpack with a certain kind of load, and now I sense that this part of the body is paining. So eventually I'll pull it a bit closer. So now it is more focused to the slightly upper region of the back. That keeps changing.
Okay. And talking about accessibility and organization, is it easy to access items while walking? Or do you have to remove your bag? You can just... You have to.
Only if I'm keeping something in. So the waist pouch basically has a small integrated pocket.
Yeah.
You can keep some small belongings over
in the hip belt, right?
In the hip belt. Yeah. The other thing what I do is, if I'm carrying this backpack, so I carry a lot of spare carabiners. Carabiners are like this. Carry a lot of these spare carabiners. So what you do with that, if there is a accessible region in the backpack, आप उसको टांग के छोड़ देते हो. तो इसमें फिर आपने बॉटल टांग के रख दिया, कुछ कर लिया.
So does it bother with the body balance and load management?
These are very light. I mean, they are very strong but very light.
So they look heavy.
But they are very light.
So like your bottle hanging with your bag or any other stuff hanging, it doesn't bother you, like the weight, the restraint.
Because it's not really a lot of weight. No, bottle का कितना weight होगा?
So that's the only thing hanging.
1 or 2 bottles you will let it hang like that. Let us say you are carrying wet shoes. Maybe you are having a shoe bag that you are just carabiner के साथ लगा के उसके ऊपर से टांग दिया. Because you can't keep the shoes
inside your bag. Okay.
So but it can vary from person to person.
Yeah, right. I spoke to certain people, they said that it does matter if you're hanging a bottle, it does change the weight.
In terms of that, it keeps moving. So you know that it is changing. So abhi jaise these are your different backpacks that you get. I have this exact same one. Abhi $50 to rupees कितना? $50. I think सस्ता होता है.
41,000 something.
41, no? So this is basically its real price. Now the moment you import this in India, the price goes up. So this is a very, very good backpack. I mean, if you just look at this, this is basically what I was explaining it to you. CMF अलग है, पहले थोड़ा CMF अलग हुआ करता था. So now if you see, you have got these two adjust points. You see this? So the moment you pull it, these are two elastic straps.
Okay.
Now what it does, it basically, you keep these loose ends of the strap inside so that they don't keep flying around. Okay. This is very interesting. It's basically, the buckle is integrated with a whistle.
You spoke about it.
At this level, and you can always fall anywhere. This part is very interesting. It is not that conventional steel plate. I think they have used some aluminium plate, but this is very well contoured. It doesn't hurt a lot. And this padding is extremely good. This lumbar padding is very, very, very good. And this is what I was telling you. Wildcraft में क्या है? All these side points, they have a lot of foam, so they get in the way, hurts your ribs. इसमें वो नहीं है. It's slightly rounded so that it sits below the solar plexus region. Okay. This is a usual belt, and this is basically that pouch which you can access. This is a very interesting addition. So you can basically put your carabiners and hang things. So this is also a very interesting loop. If you want to keep an ice axe, उसके अंदर डाल के छोड़ दो. ये वाला loop. Usual construction, ऊपर आपका pocket होता है. The moment you open it, inside you have another pocket. Extremely good waterproofing. Here you have the thread mechanism and another buckle that can close over here. Otherwise, whenever you are wanting to access these pockets, you will have to open it. I mean, क्या करते हो कि आप clothes वगैरह को आप ये zone में रखते हो. So if you have to access some of the layers like jackets and all, you don't have to open the backpack from the top, you just open it from the front. Rest you can see the material, very good quality. So this is what I was telling you. All the seams are also coated with another layer of elastomeric plastic. So no water basically enters into this. कहीं से भी enter नहीं करता. Plus all of these are also reflective. So at night, it also, if you shine a head torch or something. Plus इसका CMF बहुत अच्छा लगता है. It doesn't look that old. So this is also available in different capacities. This one is the top of the line. Generally this is used a lot. I'm not seeing this. It's bigger. Bigger also. They've changed this arrangement also better.
They have like two on top of it.
This is more waterproof. Oh, it is all full nylon, carbonate coated nylon base. That is why it's more expensive. It's polycarbonate coated nylon, so it's not going to rip also. That is and this is 105 liters and it is only 2.3 kgs. Okay. If I show you this, weight in kitchen weight. The large one, 2.1 kg. Whereas on the other hand, if I show you,
बात के लिए देख रहे हैं, दिन तो बात ही नहीं चल रहा है, मुझे देख नहीं पड़ेगी। नहीं सर बिल्कुल है।
Can you just post that? So now this Wildcraft one is 2.7 kgs. But you see that the shell design and everything is like too many straps getting in your way. Whereas on the other hand, if you see this, it's a more cleaner backpack. Okay, so this matters a lot. And then you can also check out the brighter ones. So this is also a good brand, RAB. This one, RAB is a very good backpack. So now 65 liters, very organized, very good backpack. Look at the price. This is Indian pricing.
It's nice and realistic.
It's a very good backpack.
Yeah.
Very similar in terms of the construction quality. तो इसको भी अगर आप देखेंगे, nylon fabric पूरा, but this is heavy.
Kind there's always this one point.
You have this 80 liter, ये तो और heavy हो जाएगा. So on the other hand, now if you check your (42 plus 8). (70 plus 10). 50 plus 10 is 60. Good. 45 plus 10, that is 55. So, neat construction. This is also very nicely made. Okay. Back for your ice axe and your poles. Weight इन्होंने कहीं लिखा नहीं है. Okay. Similar arrangement. Now these are some interesting features. Detachable pockets for your phone, for your bottle. जो मैंने अभी बताया कि आप अलग से टांगते हो. I think they made a pocket for this. These are general behaviors what people do. आप टेंट को ऐसे ही पैक कर लेते हो. Basically you pack the tent, strap को उसके ऊपर से लेके can't see.
Oh, the person I was speaking to had this back.
Air contact. Yeah, I think this is the same one I'm seeing. Yeah, 70 and 10. 80 liters. So what was the review sort of thing?
Best bag ever.
Best bag ever. It's a very good bag.
The only part he hated is the water bottle wala thing. the pocket of the water bottle or wherever he kept the water bottle. He
Couldn't
His-
access it.
Yeah, he just
You
wanted
can't access it.
improvement in that. Rest, he's very satisfied.
Because if you look at this, it's very much on this side. On the other hand, the moment you look at this is more accessible. If you see, I don't think you can see it. It's more tilted towards you.
Hmm.
This is more of a classical construction. This one is a bit more cleaner, more modern. But yeah, I think you already got some feedback on this. So I don't know much about this one in particular. But as far as I know, it's a very good backpack. They have given us separate 1.5 liter bottle holster. Okay. Any other questions?
Right. Where do you keep your water bottle, phone, snacks, rain cover, like the essentials?
So this backpack basically comes with an integrated rain cover, okay, which tucks below the backpack. So there is a small zip below the bag over here, and the rain cover is integrated in it. You just open the zip, pull it out, that's it. And there is a small Velcro attachment that if you need to wash your rain cover, detach it, wash it, again put it back.
Is it a quick process?
It's a decently quick process.
And does it fully cover your bag and everything?
So what I normally also do is, water bottles are over here. Generally you don't require anything. If you are even walking on a dusty trail, I keep the rain cover on so that the bag doesn't become dirty or any layer of the bag doesn't get ripped. Because you can buy rain covers separately.
Do you trust the rain cover enough, or do you, when you are packing, you put like a layer inside your
Yes, I
bag?
do pack it in layers.
You do? Like covering your stuff and everything?
So best things that work, keep garbage bag rolls. You are anyways carrying these garbage bags on your trekking and everything. And if you pack things in those black colored garbage bag, so that is also fine. It saves a lot.
So you know कि अगर rain covers भी पानी जा रहा था, it's
वैसे जाता नहीं है,
but still
you
do that. You end up doing that. Do you remove the bag frequently to access the items? You said you have to, right?
Sometimes you have
Sometimes you have to. Are the compartments well designed, or is it confusing for you?
No, they are well designed. No complaints regarding compartments.
What is your preference? Would you want more pockets or fewer pockets with larger compartments? Which one would you choose?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes you feel you need more pockets. No, actually you don't need more pockets. It eventually becomes more confusing where you have kept.
Everyone said this.
I think larger compartments are only good because I do have a lot of pockets over here, but the side pockets over here are generally empty. You tend to keep everything in one. It becomes confusing. You don't want to remember things that where you have kept it.
Fair. मतलब वो remember करने का भी हासिल लगता है बस.
Because you are already slightly compromised and you don't want to spend time thinking that where I have kept it.
So like there are pockets which go empty, like you said.
Yes. Empty, or there are pockets in which you just keep non-frequent items. Non-frequent as in might be something which you might never even touch.
And you end up carrying that, like even after so much experience, you must know like what you.
कुछ चीज़ों में you do carry, like for example, sometimes you tend to over carry medicines. Sometimes you tend to over carry socks. Sometimes you tend to over carry things like one sunscreen, top it up with another sunscreen. So ये आप over carry करते हैं. When you realize that you've over carried something, you basically keep it in that pocket where you are not accessing it that much.
So it's the mental thing, right? You end up packing a lot. Is it because you know you have a lot of space in your bag, so you put it, or is it like even if you don't have space, you just carry two of everything or something?
Some things you basically tend to over carry, like you said with medicines, it might happen. Because if you're traveling in a group, you really don't know what others have carried, how much they have carried, and everything.
Okay. What feature you wish your backpack had? Is there anything it lacks or something you saw in another's backpack or pictures of? Or which you wish it did not have who has and goods? Either of those things. Talking about weather and durability, have you used it in heavy rain,
Yes, heavy rain, heavy snow.
Perfect. Has the zipper ever failed you?
No.
Is it easy to get hold of the zipper when your hands are freezing and all?
These are very long tugs. These are tug zippers, if you see. Even when you are wearing mittens and everything, you have a good grip on these zippers. They are very chunky at the end. So, whereas on the other hand, if I show you this, these are slightly, I can't show you the zipper over. I mean, these kind of zippers are really bad. You can't access these things. But when you have things like these, even when you're wearing a mitten, you know how you have to pull. And they don't go bad. These are nylon threads. Even if it is broken or something, just replace it with a shoelace or something and it just works.
A shoelace will work. Does the fabric tear easily? Has it ever happened? How important is waterproofing to you? Rate on a scale of 1 to 10.
10.
Okay. It is very important. But are there things available that are actually waterproof or just water resistant?
Resistant. Resistant only. Proof तो कुछ होता ही नहीं.
Exactly.
You just tend to make it waterproof. What other comments did you receive on waterproofing?
They wanted to say 10, but they know that it can't be 10, so they ended up saying 5 to 7 somewhere.
Basically, you tend to make it more waterproof, no? I mean, you add up layers of plastic and everything.
Yeah. Talking about the fit and sizing, did you measure your torso length before buying? Did you measure your body or something, or you knew that the bag will be adjustable enough?
No, so what? Good question. So I generally find this 55 liter वाला जो length होता है to be very comfortable to carry. Somewhere this 75 liter backpacks, I feel it is slightly, it impairs movement of the neck and everything. These I find to be the most comfortable size. Although it's slightly under, but this is the most comfortable size I would consider.
Okay.
In terms of the length. So if I just give you the length, you can also always check the length. So this one, in length, if you are getting this ML size, so 43 to 53 centimeters. So
Do you, isn't there an option to adjust the length or something? If you were to give it to a long-heighted person, your bag, or a short-heighted person, will they be able to use it, or will they have the same challenge?
they do have the same challenge. Therefore, now many brands, they have come up with the small, medium, large size in terms of that.
Would you prefer that, or would you prefer a single bag which can be adjusted or something? Is it possible to have like a one size fit all thing?
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible.
Really? I mean, just compare the anthropometric difference between men and women, and then the height difference in many cases.
Yeah. I was speaking to a couple yesterday, they're from Dehradun only. So the husband is short-heighted, the wife is on the heavier side and everything. So they share 1 year, so they do struggle with it.
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult.
It cannot be one size that fits all. Like here, like I don't think Deuter they make different lengths. It's only one size.
Yeah, that's what the other guy was saying, that he is fine with the daughter one because he can adjust it to any size or something. So
Like in case of this mountain hardware, they come in different sizes.
different reasons for
Yeah.
Okay. And does the bag ever feel too tall or short?
No.
Is the back ventilation effective?
Very much effective.
Do you or does your bag sweat excessively, or you are normal? Like it's what?
It can sweat if you are in slightly lower altitude. Then the ventilation can fail.
It has happened.
It feels that it fails. But it's primarily meant for colder areas. But in hotter areas, yes, you do feel.
Do you have that burning sensation also?
No. But you feel that discomfort.
That discomfort. Talking about weight and material preference, is your backpack itself too heavy when it's fully empty? Would you trade durability for a lighter weight of backpack? Which one do you prefer more?
Light.
Really? The only person who said that. Everyone wants
Durability. But it shouldn't be like it's just falling apart. But yes, of course, you can make it lighter. Why not?
Okay.
I wouldn't basically say कि नहीं, I want a heavier backpack. No. If it can be made lighter with some material innovations, why not? I mean, I will like this bag to be as durable as it is.
And
But I will like if it is 1.5 kgs.
What matters more to you, a lightweight backpack or a rugged, durable backpack?
Always light.
Talking about emotional and brand perception, what trekking brands do you blindly trust? Which ones are there?
RAB, Mountain Hardware, Black Diamond.
And you have just heard of them, or you have tried them? Or and what are there any brands that you have heard, like I say word of mouth, and you trust them or something?
RAB, I wasn't aware about that brand.
What and why do you trust them? What makes you trust them?
Very practical, very value for money, and good products.
What makes a backpack feel premium?
Quality of materials, detailing and stitching plays a very big role. And also CMF. This is very good, very interesting bag. This is the rain cover up. Look at the weight distribution, where it is coming. It's sitting right above your mid torso level. Although this accessibility wise, this is very bad. These pockets I really don't like.
Why?
Many of these backpacks, they have this side sort of pocket. It becomes very difficult to pull out bigger stuff. I like that conventional U flap sort of thing. I think that's a matter of personal preference, but
जो लैपटॉप बैग्स में होते हैं ना, जैसे
this is
पूरा
like this
खुल
U
जाता है.
flap, पूरा खुल जाता है. Some like this, some like Toyota में क्या है? Toyota is also, it's a U only. It opens up fully.
Okay.
Although I saw this wrap, I liked it, but I will not buy it just because of this reason. I don't like this.
That will play an important role for you.
I'll never buy it.
Okay. Would you buy an Indian brand over an international one?
Yes. If they're making good stuff, I'll
Okay. Do aesthetics matter or only functionality?
aesthetics matter.
Like how much?
8.
What is your dream backpack vision? If money was not a problem, what would your dream backpack be like? You can say anything you want.
Yeah.
This is your dream backpack?
I have it already.
Okay. Describe a perfect trekking backpack.
So perfect trekking backpack is you really do not feel that you are carrying anything. Okay. Or even if you're carrying anything, you don't feel the pinch of it. Secondly, it takes all the hits. Okay. And you basically are able to organize your gear effectively. That's it. इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है.
What features are a non-negotiable? Bare minimum चाहिए.
Waterproofing, weight adjustment, how loaded or how is the weight distribution, and some bit of compartmentalization. Non-negotiable, like I said, no, this kind of a zipper arrangement. If I had get the inclined zipper arrangement, I'll not do it.
What features that you have heard of feel like a marketing gimmick? You don't believe it is possible or something? Just for
Generally, in this category, you don't see a lot of marketing gimmicks.
really, like all those wordings like anti-gravity backpacks and all that. You believe it is possible?
The brands I showed you, none of them are talking about anti-gravity or anything.
But you must have heard of them. I don't know why I've heard. Have you heard, like, I was talking to somebody, they were like, they saw it somewhere that they'll use helium or nylon balloons in the bag so that it floats and, you know, it take.
I am really not aware about it.
So, but what do you think about this idea? Like, if you know, the balloons, if you, जो हवा में से उड़ जाते हैं, right? जो बच्चे लेके घूमते हैं, if that science is put in your bag, it just floats in
But
there.
that science is not going to work in higher altitudes when the air density itself is low. काम ही नहीं करेगा.
थोड़े मतलब लोड तो आपको ही उठाना पड़ेगा.
हाँ.
Okay. So, last few questions. What is your packing behavior? How do you pack your bag top till down? How organized? What is your stuffing method? Do you use packing cubes? Do you hang
Packing cubes. ये क्या होता है?
होता है कुछ तो.
God, ये कहाँ से मिला थी तुम्हें ये डेटा? मैं तो पहली बार सुन रहा हूँ.
नहीं, मेरे को एक बंदे ने बोला कि
Packing cubes क्या होते हैं?
कि he was like he does not like using them.
What are packing? You mean these things? Why will somebody use this in a trek? These are normally used for your normal travel.
Yeah.
Trolley bag and everything. Okay, these are called packing cubes. Yeah. These two you use when you're doing your normal travel.
So you don't use इसको ऐसे. And
Again, na, because you will not remember कि कहाँ आपने क्या रखा है. It's too much of cognitive load.
people usually use them to remember, like if they are labeled makeup, undergarments, tops, pants, like as
In an expedition, why will you
हाँ
do
मतलब
that?
okay.
Need ही नहीं है ना. वहाँ तो
And
see, whenever you will see packing cubes sort of thing, you will see it in these kind of bags. Okay.
do you hang stuff outside your bag? Is there anything hanging?
Shoes, bottles, sometimes.
They're hanging when the shoes are wet,
Yeah.
or even if dry.
If I'm having two shoes,
Why are you carrying two
one
shoes?
is a mountaineering boot, other one is a trekking shoe.
Aren't there shoes available जो एक में ही दोनों का काम करते? How
Or-
do you?
Or it might be like कि you're wearing sandals and your mountaineering boots are hanging.
मतलब अंदर रखने की जगह होती है, बट कन्वीनियंस के हिसाब से आप बाहर डाल देते हो. व्हाट इज इट अबाउट?
Convenience के हिसाब से अंदर लगता है कुछ और रख लेंगे.
एंड इट डज नॉट मतलब दिक्कत नहीं देता आपको बॉडी बैलेंस और लोड मैनेजमेंट में एनीथिंग. सो हाउ डू यू बैलेंस वेट इनसाइड योर बैग?
Generally, you keep the mid of the bag the heaviest.
The skill of packing the bag is same for
It's basically
every.
this is your heavy zone. Here you keep your sleeping bag. Maybe put that tent. I generally put the trekking poles like this. Some put it vertically. Varies. Some accessible stuff over here. Here you generally keep your caps, beanies, one or two top layer jackets. वो यहाँ आ जाता है. Head torch मैं इधर ही रख देता हूँ. It's like
Do you carry mats, yoga mats and all
yeah,
that?
sleeping mats. They're all carried here. ऐसे horizontally डाल देते हैं टेंट की तरह.
What is your opinion about a hammock?
Hammock.
जैसे
Where will you hang the hammock?
नहीं, अगर फॉरेस्ट वाली ट्रैक पे जा रहे हैं
नहीं किया.
no, haven't done ऐसा.
इतना नहीं किया.
Have you used a hammock? So my project brief was body balance and load management. My questions are over.
हाँ.
That's it. I wanted some insight, like if I'm in the right direction, like talking about body balance and load management is taking backpack into consideration,
But
right?
it's definitely a very good area. I mean, you need to really look into the detailings in terms of what materials are used. Material specifications will become very important.
So
You're already studying materials and processes, right? So these all are made up of nylon of different kinds.
ये तो manufacturing है, so
Materials भी तो बता रहे, nylon बता रहे,
हाँ शायद
बताया?
अभी तो मशीनरी वाला पार्ट चल रहा था.
but plastics शुरू हुआ है, injection molding.
थोड़ा बहुत. I missed the last class.
Find out about these materials. Try to know more about these materials. Get samples of these materials.
मिल जाएगा इसे मार्केट में बाहर.
Backpack तो आपको मिलता ही है ना.
बैकपैक तो मिल जाएगा, बट लाइक द क्लोथिंग सैम्पल.
I will suggest fashion department में there is this master student called Krishna. I don't know whether you know her.
I know Krishna only, right?
हाँ.
I spoke to her last time.
I think she got some samples and everything from Delhi. I'm not aware because their teachers were telling. So just check with her.
Okay, and like you know the project we are working on, right? So what is like the outcome we need by the end of the project? What is the expectation? We need to make a backpack if I'm working
See,
on it.
ideally, you need to come up with concepts for the backpack, really high quality renders for the backpack, so that it can be pitched to the company and a prototype be made.
Prototype be made, or prototype should be made by us?
A certain stage of prototype should be made by you, and then it is to be made by the company if they like your idea and concept.
So there's this one thing like everyone to me who have expensive backpacks, they're like so happy and satisfied with their backpacks. What can we do to cater them, or something like कि if there's already इतने सारे ideas out in the market, what, like how do we?
Why don't you schedule, like all of the people who are working on backpacks, why don't you schedule a call with Adventure Works directly?
हम सिर्फ जेकब, उत्कर्ष और मैं जस्ट ब्रीफ एंड
क्यों
बात.
नहीं कर सकते हो?
पता नहीं, सोर्स से बात नहीं हुई है कि
सर से बात कर लो. I have told him कि please arrange a call with Adventure Works.
okay.
That will give you better inputs. Don't wait for that.
But like I wanted to say that I spoke to people who use AdventureWorks and they face a lot of problems with it. So like the particular AdventureWorks backpack can be improved a lot, but then if we
हाँ. Someone adopt for my project. I will have a meeting immediately starting in the next 20 minutes. 20 भी नहीं, 10-20 हो गए, 10 minutes.
सर है क्लास में पढ़ा नहीं.
ठीक है. So when can I come? Let's see in the second half. I mean, you will also have to leave because I'll have this